focused on the production, processing, marketing, distribution, financing, and development of dash and resources including food, fiber, wood products, natural resources, horticulture, and other plant and animal products or resources.
Good job. Your answer, agricultural commodities, works well here. Choose correct solution for agricultural pollution with respect to the statement. For the farms to become clean, once again, levels of water, soil, and industrial pollution have to be kept in check.
Well reasoned. Government regulations is the correct choice.
According to DASH, the study of agricultural marketing comprises all the operations and the agencies conducting them, involved in the movement of farm-produced foods, raw materials, and their derivatives.
Bravo, Thompson is the answer. The people working on the farm for the lord of the manor during medieval times were called dash.
Correct. Peasants is the right answer. Citrus, olive plantations, and Herta-type agricultural practice are specific.
You got it? Your choice, South Europe, is right.
Dash made the first advancements in agricultural technology with his seed drill, a mechanical seeder, which distributed seeds efficiently across a plot of land.
Well done. Jethro Tull is the right choice.
Polyculture is a culture system in which they cultivate dash.
Smart pick. Several plant species simultaneously throughout the year is the correct choice. In modern agriculture, agricultural plots are from dash.
Correct response. Large dimensions, large estates presenting regular forms is the most accurate answer.
In the mountain areas, the slope of the strands dash.
On track. Increases soil erosion is the correct answer.
The agricultural landscape in the picture below is? Good thinking. Landscape of closed cultivated fields is the right answer.
Increasing agricultural yield means 2.
Great thinking.
Produce more food without increasing farm land is the right choice.
The chart to the left shows an impact of the agricultural revolution. What impact of the revolution is shown in this chart? Excellent choice. The establishment of a barter economy is the right answer. The process by which people become more proficient at earning a living by performing a single task is referred to as smart move. Specialization of labor is an accurate answer. This chart shows the impact of several events during the agricultural revolution. Which event completes the chart? Sharp thinking. Creation of bronze tools is the right choice. How did the increasing abundance of food from the agricultural revolution change daily life in the Neolithic age? Right choice. A variety of occupations developed is the best answer. All of the following were tools inventions created in Neolithic times, except. Exactly. Tractor makes sense and it is right choice. Why is it important to include future expansion possibilities in the design of an agricultural structure? Right again. To accommodate growing operations is a valid answer. What is a key consideration in the layout of an agricultural structure to ensure efficient use of space? Solid response. Workflow efficiency is a valid choice. This is a timeline of events during the agricultural revolution. Which event completes this timeline? Well picked. Populations of civilizations increased is the correct answer. Designing agricultural structures, as well as machinery and equipment, are tasks within which pathway? Nicely done. Power, structural and technical systems is a solid answer.
Which of the following is not a problem limitation of institutional agricultural finance in India?
Who? Strong choice. Low interest rates is the right answer.
Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices recommends minimum support price for dash commodities. Great job! 23 is the accurate answer. When designing an agricultural structure, why is it important to consider the local climate?
Nice work. You chose to ensure the structure can withstand local weather conditions, and it is correct.
What is the most likely effect of a surplus of food because of the agricultural revolution?
You're right. Creation of new economic market is the correct answer.
How did people's dwellings change after the agricultural revolution?
Valid point. They became larger and more stable and permanent is true. To the aspect of the cultivated and unfeed areas, the paths and the wooded areas we name. Nice selection. Agrarian morphology is the correct and valid answer. Which gas is produced when organic agricultural waste undergoes anaerobic decomposition? You chose methane, and it is correct.
Finishing an agricultural structure involves all of the following items except dash.
Excellent. Framing is a brilliant choice.
Material that is attached to and covers the main framing structures of a building.
Perfect. Sheathing is the correct choice. Which factor is crucial when selecting the location for an agricultural structure? Shh. Clear logic. Your choice, all of the above, is sound and 100% true.
Communities dash, which allowed population increase and specialization of labor.
Exactly. Amassed a surplus of food makes sense and it is right choice. With regard to agricultural products, the purpose of a country should always be sharp thinking. Export more and import less is the right choice. The agricultural revolution has been encouraged by the following factors, except smart move. Telecommunication system is an accurate answer. All of the following are the results of the agricultural revolution except dash. Correct. Domesticated animals were used to protect families is the right answer. How does the orientation of an agricultural structure affect its functionality? Well picked. It affects the structure's temperature control is the correct answer. Which of the following was not a key change during the agricultural revolution? Perfect. Exposure is the correct choice.
What impact did the agricultural revolution have on the population of England?
Well done. The population increased dramatically is the right choice. What cultural event marks the shift from a nomadic lifestyle to a settled one? Strong choice. The agricultural revolution is the right answer. One of the conditioning natural factors of agricultural practice is the dash. Clear logic. Your choice solo is sound and 100% true.
Other forms of environmentally sustainable agricultural production are dash.
Right again. Biodynamic agriculture and permaculture and natural agriculture is a valid answer.
Group Boo. What all was invented in the 19th century as agricultural machinery? You got it. Your choice iron implements is right. Among the main consequences of agriculture in developing countries are dash. Solid response. Deforestation, desertification, and periods of lack and hunger is a valid choice. The shift from hunting and gathering to agriculture is often called what? Nicely done. The agricultural revolution is a solid answer.
Group A. Enoch, the agricultural machinery was estimated to be worth dash. Valid point. £65 million is true.
What is a sustainable practice in constructing agricultural structures?
Great job. Incorporating rainwater harvesting systems is the accurate answer.
The factors causing the agricultural revolution are as follows. Except well reasoned. Excess of foreign workers is the correct choice.
Group A. Which company manufactured the popular Waterloo Boy tractor?
You're right. Waterloo Company is the correct answer.
Which is not as cause of the Industrial Revolution in Great Britain.
Good job. Your answer, the iron plough, works well here.
Why was the Neolithic agricultural revolution important to history?
Correct response. It contributed to the establishment of civilization is the most accurate answer.
Which agricultural practice helps in turning and loosening of soil?
Smart pick. Soil preparation is the correct choice.
Who approves the fair and remunerative price of sugarcane?
Good thinking. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs is the right answer.
What is the first step in designing an agricultural structure?
Right choice. Determining the structure's purpose is the best answer.
Thanks to the quality of agricultural products we can have. Nice work. You chose health and a balanced diet, and it is correct.
How can agricultural waste be used to improve soil quality?
Excellent choice. Both A and B is the right answer. Which one of these does not come under agricultural waste?
You chose cardboard, and it is correct.
The characteristics of self-esteem are as follows. Except. On track. Single plant is the correct answer.
Agricultural credit can be classified on the basis of dash. Excellent. Both B and C is a brilliant choice. What is the term that describes the discovery of farming?
Bravo. Agricultural revolution is the answer.
Agricultural evolution involves the following times era. Great thinking. Prehistory, middle, modern is the right choice. Which innovation led to the 1830 agricultural rebellion? Nice selection. Makel's threshing machine is the correct and valid answer.
Thanks to a good agricultural policy, problems such as. You got it. Your choice desertification is right. When did the agricultural revolution begin in Britain?
You chose 1500, and it is correct. How did the agricultural revolution impact the people? Right choice. All of these is the best answer. What is the earliest source of agricultural pollution? Well done. Chemical fertilizers and pesticides is the right choice. The Neolithic agricultural revolution was when dash. Nice work. You chose farming changed everything. And it is correct. Agricultural Price Commission established in dash. Smart move 1965 is an accurate answer. Rural population needs long-term loan for dash. Well picked. Buying agricultural machinery is the correct answer. With agricultural development, society appears. Correct response. Matriarchal is the most accurate answer. Dash does not include agricultural practices. Solid response. Marketing is a valid choice. What is done last in agricultural practices? Excellent. Storage is a brilliant choice. The agriculture activity is linked to dash. Good thinking. Animal breeding is the right answer. When did the agricultural revolution end? Valid point 1850 is true. An agricultural scientist searches for. Strong choice. Ways to improve farming is the right answer. Cereal plants are the main crops when. Great job. Prehistorical era is the accurate answer. On agriculture, we can affirm that. Great thinking. Uses the land to produce food and agricultural products is the right choice. A system to bring water to crops. Bravo! Irrigation is the answer. The full form of NABARD is. Excellent choice. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development is the right answer. The acronym INRA means. Clear logic. Your choice National Institution of Agrarian Reform is sound and 100% true. NABARD was preceded by. Nice selection. Agricultural Refinance and Development Corporation is the correct and valid answer. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Correct. Contact Narayan Changder is the right answer.